Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here, and today we're back with FNAF The Ultimate Collection. Yes, finally got it right this time. But we're back, and this won't be the main update, so it won't be out yet, but this is going to be a little bit of what's to come, because this one is very, very, very big. Like, Update 1, Update 2, Update 3, Update 4, and Update 5, they all don't have anything compared to this one. I've added a lot of new stuff, as you can tell. There's a couple paintings that are just here. You probably saw those in FNAF Season 5, The Warehouse. But yeah. And another thing, I've added morphs, which I may as well get onto them first because they're, well, suits, because they're right here. Now we got Barney suit, and his guitar too. There's no boots because the legs take up the boots, see? And the chest plate and the head. Now the head does stick out a bit when you go back, but then when you're in, it stays. And then when you go into first person, you gotta lean it back again. But yeah. And then he also has a guitar. Now I don't know what went wrong with it going over there, but in first person, it looks okay. It's in the right place. So yeah. That's the Barney suit. Very nice, very nice. Let me just get rid of that. Now, Freddy suit. His one came out. This one was the first one I did, and it came out quite well. And then there's the microphone, came out in the right place, but the arm doesn't move forward, which the only one that I was able to get that right with is this one. That's why it's in a pose. Like, if I put this one in a pose, the arms stick out of the body, which I don't know why. I did end up fixing it with this one, but then I tried to fix it the exact same way with these two, and it just didn't work. But yeah, there's Freddy Fazbear. The head did fix them. It's now in the right place forever. It's a bit out on the back, but in the front it stays on properly, and it looks good in the front. Which, you know, when they're on stage, you won't really be seeing the back as much anyway. But yeah, there's Freddy. Now I need to get rid of Bonnie on my inventory now. Get out of here, Bonnie. And take off his suit so I can actually put it back up. Foxy will be eventually added to. He's just going to take a bit longer because I might have to make a fixed version of him. So, you know, it actually looks like a suit instead, because then it would just be like shorts and then the rest of it would be animatronic. Now we got Chica, which is one is my favorite one because it came out so well. Let me just there you go. And when I move, the arms stay in place. The legs didn't really, but the arms do. The arms stay in place, so that looks good. And then the cupcake, it's in the right place, and when you're in first person, it's in the right place. And the back of the head doesn't stick out. It's quite good. So yeah, there's Chica's suit. Now let's actually get onto the main stuff. This is just a side thing that I wanted to do. Let me just get rid of all that. And the other Chica suit that I had in my inventory. Alright, so let's just run through the things I have. So, redesigns. We have 5 new redesigns. No plushies. Spawn eggs. This ain't all of them, by the way, but I just, you know, I don't usually show the spawn eggs now. But all the test ones you see in this are also spawn eggs. Every single test I've done in season 1 to update 1 to update 5, there's spawn eggs and test models. Just letting everybody know, just in case you didn't know, because in update 1 and 2 I did show them, but then in update 3 and 4 and 5 I didn't. So I was just letting you know that there is spawn eggs for every single one that's in test. Now I'll show the test last. Then we got blocks. I completely forgot if there's, you know, any of these are new. I know these are in a different update. I know there's one new one, which is this one here, which this one came out quite well. If I just place the next one, is quite different. I've got 3 different ones. So you got black and red, blue and red, and black and white. I'll put that in there because I completely forgot to put that in them. Morphs, there's only one morph at the minute, which is Freddy Fazbear. There will be, you know, eventually every single character I make as tests will be morphs too. Which basically, I just get the model, make it into, use a horse spawn egg so you can use it as a morph, and then you can just turn yourself invisible while wearing it, and then boom. I'll actually quickly show you this one because this one won't take long. It's only one, so if I just get that one. Oh, get out of here. Let's just use the cupcake because it's the strongest weapon. And they do drop iron. There you go. Now we got an actual one. It's just, I forgot the saddle. There you go. Nice. Alright, now let's put the saddle on. Can't believe that worked first try. Alright, now you see I'm kind of out. Once you drink the invisible potion, boom. And then you can move around freely. And also this is a different design to the other Freddy. As you know, the other Freddy had a microphone and his eyes weren't black with the white dots. You can kind of see him up there. There's a couple Freddys up there. But yeah, I'd say this one didn't come out too bad. And yeah, there's not really much that's changed with that one. Because I doubt my FNAF 1 models will change again. I loved their update that they had. Now, you've already seen the suits. I need to drink milk. I don't want to be invisible this entire episode. Give me the milk. Boom. Also, hopefully you guys have been enjoying the season 5. Part 3 should be out. Actually, before this episode even starts, it should already be out. But hopefully you're enjoying it. As you can tell, I'm kind of setting up 3 different things that will eventually lead into different stuff. Like, part 1 is leading off to what Mike's up to. You know, it's making his story more, you know, putting in the pieces because it's not focused on him, this one. Part 2 is another whole, like, tangent that's going off. You know, them actually working their job in the warehouse. You know, discovering mysteries, and also, you know, Mike being there and telling them not to destroy the robots. Well, not to listen to the guy if he says, oh, don't go in there, you know, go in there. You know, that's setting up another different story. And part 3 sets up as the guy who I'm playing as right now, William Afton, coming back and having his own story. And also there was Shadow Freddy in that episode, which was also another whole, like, part. I can't explain too much though. Don't want to spoil anything. But let's get on to redesigns. These all should be the test models of the redesigns. There is spawn eggs. So yeah. I didn't do all the phantoms because most of them already were updated to be new designs. I was just updating the ones from update 1. First up, we have creation. Oh, he's in the wall. There you go. Now, this design has changed a lot since the other one. Now, I was speaking to Jetso and he said, oh, this design's a bit short. He just wanted it to get taller. But I didn't just make it taller. I also fixed him with the texturing and changed his face shape a bit too. Because I wanted it to be more like the new Withered Freddy. Obviously, there's a bit of a difference. You know, he's got a slightly higher head. But he's also got his endo jaw in the inside too. Yeah, which is a lot more endos to get through. But now let's get to Phantoms. First we got Phantom Foxy. Now his design's been updated to match the Withered Foxy design, but obviously in Phantom form. Now these are the exact same colours that were on the Phantom originally, because I liked that Phantom colour, so it stayed the same. And yeah, not much to really say about him. I'm still not sure about the Withered Foxy design. I think it might just be because the jaw's not long enough, or maybe it's too wide. But I'll figure it out eventually because it is quite big, so like on the side. So I'm not sure. Then you got Phantom Mangle, which her design has changed. Mainly the face shape and the endo head. Because obviously I updated it, the original design, and I needed to update the Phantom design, which this design again came out really good. Yeah. Now, if you've seen my original Mangle design, it didn't look that great. The head was way too big attached to the body, but now it's actually fits in with like Withered Foxy's head, you know. It's more simplistic than Withered Foxy's head, which, you know, it's meant to be, so. And then we have Phantom Freddy, which his design came out quite good at all. You know, very similar to Withered Freddy, just missing an ear and missing a leg, and he's only got one button now. Yeah, there's those Phantoms. Now we got one more, which is Phantom Chica. Now her design came out quite good and all. It was very hard to get it right because, you know, all these different pieces, and I needed to change how the Phantom coloring was like. But all of them together, they look quite good. And if you're wondering what the other Phantoms look like Phantom Puppet, let me just type in that. First of all, we got Phantom Balloon Boy, Phantom Puppet, and I think that's all the Phantoms, right? Oh yeah, and Phantom Bonnie, completely forgot about him. His design does need an update. But yeah, that's the only Phantoms. Phantom Balloon Boy, I never changed the original FNAF 2 one because this guy's still new, and I did like his design, to be honest, so he's staying the same for now. And he's got his sign. The only thing I might end up adding is like his balloon, but that's about him. And then Phantom Puppet, you know, these guys all blend in with each other, you know, they're all the Phantoms. But then this one's the only one they'll need to redesign, because as you know, Withered Bonnie has a new redesign, he definitely doesn't look like that anymore. So the rest of them fit in, it's just Phantom Bonnie, which I will update them, because this is only meant to be the beta at the minute, which won't be actually out, it's just a little beta just to show you guys some of the stuff that I've been doing. As you can tell, there's a new chest. See, now this one will have a lot more in by the end of the update. It'll probably be like full, this one. And then this one is full. And this is all new stuff, by the way. There's no old stuff. This one's the old stuff in here. Most of this is old in them. Let me just get rid of some of this because this inventory is going to get full. Except for the barium. I need the barium. I got camel, spring bonnie, seeds, sticks, and oak saplings. Now let's get on with the first one. So first we got chocolate bonnie, VR Toy Freddy, flaming springtrap, toxic springtrap, Easter bonnie, shamrock Freddy, radioactive foxy, live wire toy Freddy, and system error toy bonnie. So let's just quickly show these guys off first. Now, not all of those are AR characters, by the way. There's only a couple AR characters. Most of them are. Most of the stuff actually in the box is either fan games or from the actual series. Some of the characters that I've missed. So, there's Chocolate Bonnie. You guys have probably seen him from my FNAF Survival series. He was in it. So, you know, you've already seen this guy. But here's a better look at him because you didn't really get to see him properly last time. Because, you know, we were trying to survive. So we didn't want to get attacked by them. So there's his design. And then you have VR Toy Freddy. You've seen his design too. I made a VR Toy Freddy farm in the last episode we did. Which there will be more episodes coming on our FNAF Survival series. Because it's actually really fun to play using this mod. Obviously, it's not fully survival because, I have to place down the spawners and everything because they don't spawn in naturally. I don't know how to get them to spawn in naturally, but it's fine, It works though. All I have to do is place down spawners, and I will never actually cheat and like get stuff out of the inventory because I don't want to do anything like or to explore the map because there's no need to. All I need is to place down the animatronics and have some fun on them. So yeah, there's VR Toy Freddy. Then we have Flaming Springtrap. I don't think he was in the FNAF Survival series. So here he is now. He'll be in update. He'll be in probably either the next episode or the next episode after him. Whenever Jetso and me are back in the episode. Because it doesn't get updated when it's just me playing it. Which I'll probably make another episode on it today too. Because why not? And probably a creative series one too. Because I've only fully built one build because I did 2 parts on him, which hopefully with the next one there won't be 2 parts, it'll just be completed, and then yeah. And then we have Toxic Springtrap, which is design I actually really like. I loved how these like little spores came out, all over him, or boils, whatever you want to call them. It looks so cool. And as you can tell, there's still a bit of Springtrap in the colour, and like you can see a bit of green, but most of them is like all purpley, and like right here you can see a bit of green. On this side you can't. There's a bit of green again. Yeah, but his design looks so cool. Flaming Springtrap, I wish I could get that fire effect, but I'm not sure how to do him. But he still looks decent. It's just Toxic Springtrap just takes the cake on probably the best Springtrap game. Then you got Easter Barney. Now his design was very easy except for the stomach, like doing all those trying to get it right. I redid it about 3 times because it didn't look as what I wanted it to do. But now it does, and he looks really good. And I can't remember, he was in the series, yeah, because I remember killing him to find out what drops he had, which I think it was eggs that I gave him or something. Because Easter Barney, so yeah, he's cool. Then you got Shamrock Freddy. He's got the gold chain. He's quite cool, and his microphone's bright yellow for some reason. But I think he was actually in the first part. I think it might have been the second part, but he was an AR character that I added. I think it was the first one I added. No, it wasn't. Chocolate Barney was first. Then it was Shamrock Freddy. But yeah, there's his design. Looks quite cool. Time to get on to the next one. Radioactive Foxy. Now, he's a new one who wasn't even... I don't even think he was in any of the episodes so far of the Survival series because he's quite new. With a hook that kind of goes in 2 different directions because, I had to give him that double hook because he had it in the thing. And his design came out really cool. It was quite easy to do because obviously he was just practically green, that's it, with like a yellow eye, so, and then the other one being black because it's hollowed down. But yeah, the design's still cool though, all these guys, there's a lot of them. Wow. Then you got Livewire Toy Freddy, which goes with VR Toy Freddy, which I didn't make Livewire first of all because the snouts on these guys are very different. Like I didn't know how I was gonna do them because the images of the AR characters look very different. Like I wanted to get them right, but also don't make them too similar because those ones they're a bit odd, the AR characters. But I think he came out quite well. I mean, look at them right next to VR Toy Freddy over them. I mean, they're basically the same except for when he gets angry, takes off the VR headset, green eyes. Which, glitch trap much? Glitch trap much? Then you got System Toy Barney. He's quite cool and all. I have to get the System Toy Barney in him. Honestly, don't like the eyebrows on the AR character with the white eyebrows. They stand out quite a lot on the white nose, but he's cool. He's cool. But there's all the AR characters. I think that's all of them, hopefully, because that's a lot to go over, and they're basically redesigned. So except for like some of the ones that have like bitten parts off of them, like Chocolate Barney, VR Toy Freddy's different, Toxic, Easter Barney just because of that. That's it. And oh, Foxy because of the two hooks. And yeah, so let's get on to the next ones, which we have back in the 80s Barney. Yes, we are moving on to some new stuff. Back in the 80s Freddy, back in the 80s Chica, back in the 80s Foxy. Oh, there we go, an AR character. High score Chica, Night God 1, Night God 2, William Afton, and Unwithered Barney. Let's check these guys out. Now this is all over the place to these because I had to place them in so randomly. But then let's check out these ones. Now I did take a picture of these guys on my community post. You guys should really keep an eye on my community post because I post most of the new stuff and teasers and everything like that. Trailers obviously are going to be trailers, not going to be on my community, but the teasers for like upcoming series like Croc's Fun Park, William Afton's Origin Season 2, etc. They're all going to get their little teasers. But here's back in the 80s Barney. You came really well. His design's so different, which I really like. I like how it's withered like this and he's missing his face. Very similar to withered Barney in that like kind of thing with the missing the face. But obviously he's not missing his arm and his ears like destroyed. But I really love back in the 80s. Love that game. I might actually play it again. But then you have back in the 80s Freddy. Very cool. His hat's a bit off. He needs to put that back on his head. But yeah, his design's so cool. Now we'll get on to back in the 80s Chica. Again, very different. You know, with the missing the bottom beak. I actually really love his design. And you know, I had to add the kneecaps back. See, I added them back. Now I added kneecaps and shoulders. Now, so you know, the animatronics have more parts to them, make them more accurate. You know, obviously the ones that don't have shoulder pads or knee pads, then they won't have them like these two. And like some of the toy animatronics, they don't have them. But obviously Springtrap has knee pads and shoulder pads. So then we got back in the 80s Foxy. Very cool. Love how it's got like the endo, then the hook. It's really cool. There's not much to say about these guys, you know, because they're still technically redesigns in a way, except for they are new characters. So yeah, still love them though. They're so cool. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts on the back in the 80s game in the comments and some of these models I'm showing off. Now, it won't be every single model that's in that chest, but I'll show off most of them. Should I place the one over there? Nah. Well, yeah, actually. Right. We got High Score Chica, or High Score Toy Chica, which is a very different design. Also, that cupcake is floating. You did see that, right? Because in the game it was floating and it was a 2D type of thing. Really like a design came out. It will be in the FNAF Survivor series, just like most of these AR ones. This one will probably be in any episode, to be honest, because you know FNAF 2 is already on there. So any FNAF 2 character that's either in FNAF 2 or FNAF 8 or FNAF 2 characters, they'll be there. Some High Score Chica will be there. And Sister Maritoy Barney and any FNAF 1 or FNAF 2 characters. And FNAF 3 will be there when Jetsaw's back. So let's go on to the next ones. Now these are humans. Which this is my first time doing any humans, so I'll show you them. Night Guard 1. Now you might have seen this guy in part 1 of FNAF The Warehouse. And yeah, he was in it. And some of these guys are going to have big parts, but some of them aren't. Like, this guy that I'm looking at right now, he's probably not going to have a big part in him. He's just lame. Night God 2, he's probably not going to have a big part in it either. He's just lame. Again, he's just lame. Another Night God. Then you have William Afton. Now, as you can tell, my skin looks very different to his. I wonder why. You'll have to find out in probably part 4, depending on which direction I want to bring it. Because it could follow off of part 1, it could follow off of part 2, and it could follow off at the end of part 3. Or, it could follow off a new premise. Who knows? Because I've still got a couple other things. And let me just tell you a teaser. DJ Music Man might be back for a future episode coming soon, which I didn't show in the teasers or trailers, because the trailers wanted to keep quite on the low, you know, not too many spoilers. Teasers though, I do tend to show some good stuff coming up, so this is why you should really check the community posts. But now we have Unwithered Barney. Now his design, so good, with a new face and and if you actually look under the mask, if I can get under. Oh, I'm struggling. His endo head still under you with his endo jaw. Like, it's still him. Hasn't got any of the texture anymore, but it is him underneath. You know, with his endo jaw, his endo face, they're all still under him. But this design came out really cool, and it doesn't look anything like FNAF 1 Bonnie, which is great. But it does look like let me pull out the withered versions too, because why not? I spelled withered wrong. Nice. That's withered Barney. Boom. See, very similar, but also very different at the same time. Like his face is now attached, and his arms now attached, and he's brighter colored too, because obviously they're unwithered. So yeah, I really liked how all the unwithereds come out, which there's more unwithered characters, and I'll get to them now. So the next ones we're going on to a whole new category. Twisted Barney, Twisted Freddy, Twisted Chica, Twisted Foxy, Twisted Wolf, Night God 3, Night God 4, Possessed William Afton, ooh, and Unwithered Freddy. Let's get on with the Twisted animatronics first. These are going to be all over the place. But first of all, Twisted Barney. Very cool design with the 2 jaws coming off. Now, I haven't even teased this guy once, because he was meant to be very secret, all these twisted ones, which will be in Season 3. Because I'm revisiting all the old seasons except for Season 4, because it ended quite recently, so it's not going to have a redesign. And Season 5 definitely won't have a redesign. I mean, it's literally ongoing as we speak. But as you know, Season 1 has had its redesign, mainly because I didn't speak in those episodes before, because I didn't have a mic back then, and also a couple other issues I had with me not editing and stuff. But now I'm fixing all that. I've already recreated Season 1, which is called the FNAF movie, and I've recreated FNAF Season 2, called FNAF The Grand Reopening. And FNAF Season 3 will be called something, which I'll eventually think of when I've processed it all down, which we should get the first episode in January, hopefully. There's no promises with that one. It might not. Then you have Twisted Freddy, which is another cool one. Very different to Twisted Barney. With his the green parts that are coming off of him, which that's why I got the design to make Toxic, because when I did Twisted Freddy, I was like, ooh, with the bubbliness there, it might be good to do it on him too, which it came out well. And also the mouth with the teeth, which what I did, the models I used for Twisted Freddy to make him, I used Nightmare, I used Glamrock Freddy, and I used, who was it now? I think it was Original Freddy or Withered Freddy, one of the two. Some other parts on him. But yeah, his model came out really well. And they don't have kneecaps. They didn't in the pictures either, so yeah. Then we have Twisted Chica, which I know weren't actually in the game. It was a render, but I wanted to make it anyway, just to fit in with the rest of them. Which, as you know, if you guys have seen the original Season 3, if you haven't, you should go check it out. I suggest watching from, I think, part 18, because I start talking in mid-season. It wasn't as good as the mic I'm using now. It was this very old mic that I was using, and now I've swapped to this one, which is way better. Sound is way better too. But I'd still go check it out. You might enjoy it, you might not, but you know, may as well check it out. But there's Twisted Chica with the cupcake on one side and the golden cupcake down there. And I'd say this design came out really cool. Also, forgot to say, with Twisted Bonnie's ears, way longer than the other two over there. Very long. But anyway, now we got Twisted Foxy. Yes, and I can stand next to this one. Now, as you can tell, those feet are really small compared to these guys, but they had endo feet. But I also wanted to make them more original to my original designs. I didn't want them thin, because, you know, he's twisted, so his endo's got to be bigger to fit inside this suit, because the casings, which when you click a button, you know, it turns back to the regular stuff, you know, illusion discs. As you can tell, I love this design that I did with his jaw here. Because first of all, I didn't like his design. But after making this part, I loved him. And with the bubbliness around his hook and everything. Really lovely design. Honestly, let me get to Twisted Wolf and then I'll tell you my favourite. Here's Twisted Wolf. Now his design is very different. Like, he probably looks the most friendliest out of all these. You know, because on one side, which is like Adam Withered, and he looks cool. And then you got the angry side with the spikes coming off his arm and the spiky leg and everything, and the huge hole missing on the side of him. But loved this design. The animatronics I used for this one was, again, Glamrock Friday. I use Glamrock Friday for every single one, by the way. He always has a little part in them. So you have Glamrock Friday, Roxanne Wolf, which is how I did the hair for him, and regular Foxy and who was it? Might have been either Bonnie or Freddy again. But yeah, his design came out very, very cool, very different compared to the other ones I usually make. And also, as you can tell, one kneecap, one doesn't have a kneecap. You know, bigger arm. You know, his design's very similar. Also, just to check up the back of him. Boom. The hair is different, slightly different to Roxanne's. It's actually short and he doesn't have the tail. Because Twisted Wolf doesn't have a tail, so yeah. But my favorite design, again, is either between Twisted Bonnie or Twisted Foxy. Both very cool designs. Twisted Chica is also up them. Then it would be probably Twisted Freddy and then Twisted Wolf. Or it might be the other way around between Twisted Wolf and Twisted Freddy. Then we're going back to humans. So I may as well move back over to you. We first got Night Guard 3, which is quite similar. Actually looks similar to Mike Schmidt and all, in a way. But don't worry, this guy don't have any relevance. He's not going to become another main character. He's just there. We already have too many of them. And then, as you can tell, this egg looks very different to the other Night Guard eggs. And that's because this guy will have a bigger meaning. But he's here for now. And you'll learn more about him in FNAF Behind the Curtain. And he'll be in that series, which if you haven't heard that, again, just check my community. But yeah, he's in. Then we have Possessed William Afton, which who knows, he could pop up in Season 5, he could not. But here he is. As you can tell, he's got blood all over him, and he's got the purple eyes and wearing that signature Spring Bonnie mask. You know, he always comes back after all, and now he's back. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get on to Unwithered Freddy, which I should probably place him over you, but I'll place him over you. Here's Unwithered Freddy. Again, a lot cleaner. A lot cleaner. and it's designed very, very cool. And if I pull out Withered Freddy, now Withered Freddy wasn't really that damaged, so I was kind of like, oh, should I really make it or not? Then I made it, and I liked his design, so here he is. Withered Freddy and Unwithered Freddy. Now, as you can tell, the designs are very different. Also, he doesn't have holes anymore, and his design's a lot more brighter. And yeah, I'll give you a second to have a look at those, difference between them. And yeah, now, time to go on to the next one, so let me just get rid of all this and the inventory. I'll quickly do this now. Alright, time for the next ones. Oh, how many more should I do? So we're already halfway through these now. And we still have more up there, to be fair. And this won't be the full update, and there's still more to come, so... You know what, I'll just finish this first chest. How about that? Just because, you know, it's been a while. So, been to this one's obviously called the Ruin update. Now we're finally on to the Ruined characters. So we got Ruin Montgomery Gator, Ruin Glamrock Freddy, Ruin Glamrock Chica, Ruin Roxanne Rolf, MXES, Eclipse, Mimic. Then we have an Endo character, Endo 1, and Unwithered Chica. And next ones are going to be quite cool. We'll probably just do Unwithered Chica first because, you know, just to put them right next to each other. There's Unwithered Chica. Her design's very, very different to Withered Chica. I prefer her design. I literally had Withered typed up and I just got rid of him. Here's Withered Chica. As you can tell, designs are very different. Also, the colour in the eyes are also a lot brighter, which I wanted to do that with every single one, you know, making the eye colour different. Obviously, Unwithered Bonnie, he didn't have eyes to begin with. He didn't have a face to begin with either. You know, he can't face a face, he doesn't have a face. But, Unwithered Chica, very, very different. Has hands now, definitely has hands. Yeah. Don't worry, guys. You'll find out in a sec. Actually, I won't spoil it because it will be popping up in like a minute or two. But yeah, you know, different, and the jaw is lower down than the Chica, so right in the right place now. And yeah, now time for Ruin, which we need to move to a whole new area because this side is completely jam-packed now. Let's move over here. Oh, we might need to move him forward. Here's Ruin Montgomery Gator. Now his design is so good. Like, yeah, I really, really love his design. Like, it's crazy. And with this coming off the top like that, everything's so good with this design. And if I just pull up the other Montgomery, which is Shattered, which I think it's... No, it's not that one. It's not that one, it's this one. Alright, right next to this one, as you can tell, the designs are very, very different. Also, this jaw was going that way before, and now his jaw is going that way now, which are very different. Also, I might even grab his endo and end up putting it in this one. And, you know, as this is sticking up where that one ain't. He's missing an arm where this one's, you know, both arms are revealed and his whole body is revealed. So cool. And you can, and I added that thing where you can kind of see through this part because it's all hollow then. And his design, he's got the big jaw. But yeah, there's both of them together. Now we got Ruin Glamrock Freddy. Or is it the original Glamrock Freddy? I don't know, prototype on that foot, you know. But he's got his gift box in the middle. Oh, look at that gift box. And he's missing his head. He calls Gregory going, Gregory, I think I have lost my head. I need assistance, Gregory. My head is gone. I cannot see. Anyway, let's get on to the next one. Here's a Ruined Glamour Chica. Now, I didn't know how to add like all this like stuff on him, so I used texturing to do it. Add in some green like little bits and also brown bits on him, just, you know, change up Looks very gross, very, very gross. And the endo head, you know, here. And the trash bag right then. Yeah, all these designs I love. They came out so well. And then we also have ruined Roxanne Wolf, which her whole endo face is poking out, and her hair is just absolutely destroyed now. She barely even have any parts of her left. She's probably the, I was about to say most broken, but then you have him over here, so. Yeah, and then all the hair is practically gone now. You know, she's really broken. Barely has a tail left now. Very destroyed animatronics, I must say. But then we have MXES. Now this design, I'm not sure if I'm happy with necessarily. I might go back and redo him eventually, but here he is. It's a face shape for me, you know. It's very difficult to try and do the face shape properly, but he's him. No, at least I made him. He's him. I know he still fits in with the band anyway. You know, he's the virus. Don't attack me now. Don't send another animatronic to attack me. And then we have Eclipse, which Eclipse came out really well too. Also, if you go under, which I don't know if I'll be able to do this actually. I might have to break the block underneath to show you. Yeah, it's very hollow underneath. Like, if I do that again, see, it's hollow underneath. Yeah, I did that. Hollow underneath the endo leg. Let's just bring it back up here. You know, I love this design. Really, really cool. Finally get Eclipse in this. I might make a fixed version of Eclipse and all eventually. You know, with the blue and the yellow, you know, all combined in colours. And if you want to see him with sun and moon, there's Sunrise, which I'm still going to call him Sunrise, even though, you know, you could just call him Sun and Moon. But, you know, Sunrise, Moon Drop. Here's Sunrise and Moon Drop is there. See both of them together. Love both of these designs. So cool. And it's like, it's a properly merged, you know, like, it's like the leg of him, the body of him, half the body of him, then half the body of him. The yellow from both of these arms, and then the blue from Moondrop, and then the yellow from Sun. And the face too being yellow like Sunrise, and the colour dye being Moon, and then the other colour dye being Sun, even though Sun's eyes were white, not yellow, but you know. And the hat, and then the, you know, stabby bits. So cool. Now we have the Mimic. The Mimic. Yes, here he is. This design is so cool. Again, with these different shapes of foot, you know. I literally went to like every single animatronic I could find, just try to, you know, get some parts to change it up. So let me go over some of these parts. So the foot on his, you know, if we're looking for the camera now, right foot is Toy Freddy's, left foot Toy Chica's. Going up to the body, that would be, I think, either Roxanne's body or it was Toy Foxy's body, one of the two. Then that endo bit in the middle, I kind of got from Withered Foxy's design, but then added 2 extra poles. Endo arms, you know, they're self-explanatory, and the head is kind of like a mix of all other heads, like Endo 1, Endo, you know, Endo 1, and then the Freddy and Scanton, just kind of a mix. But he came out cool. Very cool. He fits in again. So yeah, Mimic. The Mimic. Then you got Endo 1, which he looks almost exactly the same. You know, like his design was so easy to do. You know, Endo 1 is very easy. You know, it's a memorable face shape and all, really easy to do, and the jaw and these endopods that go up on either side and the legs. Very cool design. Alright, let me just get rid of these again. Alright, now the next ones. First, Burnt Barney, Burnt Freddy, Burnt Chica, Burnt Foxy, Burnt Golden Freddy, Fredbit Alt, Burnt Fredbit Alt, Endo 2, and then Withered Foxy. I think the first one we should do is unmoved Foxy, and unmoved should be over here. So, boom, there's unmoved Foxy. Let me just get rid of that. Unmoved Foxy again. He had endo legs, and yeah. Still not a huge fan again with the face, as you know. But there's him right next to Phantom. So cool. The unwithered. We kinda needed the unwithered, so I had to add the unwithered. They had to be you know, just in case anybody wants to do roleplay with the unwithered, they're here now. So there's you know, you won't have to use the FNAF 1 animatronics for the FNAF 2 ones. So now we have the unwithered. Yay! And now oh, I glossed over Unmoved Foxy so fast. But let's get on with the next ones, which now I have to move to a whole new area, which I'll go over you. This is where I did update 4, I think. Because Burnt Barney, which he doesn't have a head. These guys, if you didn't know, are from Final Nights 2. And I did end up playing him. I have a video on it, which still hasn't came out because I'm keeping it locked in us at the minute because that game is so hard. Like, I got through night 1, 2, and 3, but like it took a long time. The video is like 40-50 minutes. Then we have Burnt Friday, which he's destroyed. I mean, can't walk. Hello. We just forget about Burnt Bonnie. He's just there. He's lost. Can't even see where he's going, and he can barely walk. I mean, and then you have, you know, Burnt Freddy, which he definitely can walk. Like, I don't know why he's crawling like that. Like, he has legs. Like, they are there. Like, you can stand up, alright? You're only missing an arm, Burnt Freddy. You can get up, alright? Like, come on. Stand, man. Okay. Then you have Burnt Chica, which, wow, the first one that's actually standing. And it's Chica. She's missing her whole bottom jaw. Missing one arm, and then the other one's in. Then missing her whole leg, so she has to hop. Like, come on, Burnt Freddy. You literally still have both your legs, and she's got one and she's standing. Come on. You know, the eyes are now hollowed out. You know, they're very, very broken, all these burnt animatronics. And then we have I need to move over one. Yeah, now we have Burnt Foxy, which, look, he can stand. He's got his 2 legs, missing an arm, kind of like Burnt Freddy down them. But then he's missing, like, his whole head. His brain's gone. And he's missing eyes. Wow, Roxanne's the same as you, bud. She also don't have any eyes either. And their broken jaw, and the endo's also tilted too. Like, he's so broken. But he's still got his hook, so he's still living. Yeah, this is the Burnt animatronics. Then we also have Burnt Golden Friday, which his design is very similar to him. His head's just a bit higher up, and his body's a bit higher up. And he's got a purple hat. Very hard to see a purple hat though. And he's got his purple bow tie. If you look closely down there, he's got his purple bow tie. But yeah, there's all the Burnt animatronics, which is one more, but we'll get onto him. Then we got Fredbear Alt, which you might be going, hey, Fredbear, I swear I had a purple bow tie. But this guy is actually from Final Nights 1, which there was no fixed version of him in Final Nights 1, so I made one. That's why there's a burnt one, which is actually called Shadow Fredbear. But in the pictures I had, he didn't look like a shadow. He looked more like the burnt animatronics. So, yeah. Here's the fixed version of him, though, which is called Fredbear Alt. And regular Fredbear is still here. If I type of Fredbear, we still have regular Fredbear. Here he is. So right next to each other. Now he's not as tall as Fredbear Alt though. He's very tall. He's a mix of Nightmare's design, and oh, I don't know. I think it's just Nightmare Fredbear's design. As you can tell, very similar designs. Even same colored eyes, uh, kind of different colored hats, and the body's different with the bow tie and the dots. But then we have Burnt Fredbear, which you can kind of see a difference in. He's missing some of his head, got a bit of brain damage in him, and that's practically it. He's not that damaged, to be honest. He can still walk. He's still got both his arms. He's just a bit, I think blind. By the looks of his eyes, I think he is. But yeah, the endo is literally like that snout's hanging on for dear life then. But yeah, there's those two designs together, which I really, really like this new Fredbear design. Like, I wish the actual games would make a new Fredbear design what wasn't just a recolor of Freddy, because ain't no way he was built in 1983 and looked exactly as Freddy, which was built in 1993, or if you're thinking of the FNAF movie, the 2000s, which is like, I don't know, like, Fredbear should definitely look different, maybe worse looking, it's the first animatronics, Fredbear, Spring Bonnie, first animatronics. I feel like they should look different. Also, Mimic, but we don't speak about him. He's all the way over there. Oh, you can't even see him. But then we have one more, which is now which I was speaking about over them, which is Endo 2, which he has hands. First animatronic to ever have hands, and he's human. First one, and he looks really cool. Head shape is a bit off, but he's also quite tall. Like, if I just run over him and get over to these guys, Mimic's gonna look so short now. Ready? Look at them. Mimic pales in comparison, and Endo 1. I might even just make Endo Mimic taller. Leave Endo 1 the same though. He needs to fit in with the FNAF 1 animatronics, and I might have to make the FNAF 2 ones a bit bigger, because ain't no way this Endo is inside the FNAF 2 animatronics. This guy is tall. Like, me standing right next to him. Yeah, like, wow. Time to get on to the next ones now. Alright, we're back, and now for the last ones. Now, another one from Final Nights. We have Reaper Puppet, Reaper Freddy, Reaper Toy Chica, Reaper Mangle, Reaper BB, Reaper Spring Bonnie, Music Man, Creepy Freddy Fazbear, and Unwithered Golden Freddy, which we'll look at him first. If I just fly over here. Here is Unwithered Golden Freddy, which is practically another Fredbear. So if I fly over to the Fredbears. So now we have technically 3 Fredbears now. So whatever one you guys like want for a series, you can use any one of these 3 when 2 of them come out. Because obviously only one's actually out, which is this one here, where the other 2 ain't out yet fully, but they're here. And yeah, the only difference is that he has blue eyes and not green eyes. That's the only difference. I might give him green eyes, or I might just leave him blue. Either way, they're all Fredbear, so they're here. So yeah, now let's get rid of him and get on to some really, really cool ones I made. First, Reaper Puppet, which is so different to Nightmare Puppet, which these guys will also be in Season 3. Because what I did in Season 3, I was using Twisted, Reapers, and Corrupted, which I don't know if I'll be able to make Corrupted. They are some crazy designs. But yes, here is Reaper Puppet with his shoulders coming off and all, and this neck here, and that face, creepy face. Don't want to look at that for too long. And these tentacle legs and all, so cool them. Then we have a Reaper Friday or Reaper Golden Friday, whatever you want to call him. He's either one of the two, to be honest, because the model I found said Reaper Friday, but when I typed Reaper Friday up, it said Reaper Golden Friday, so I'm not sure. It's one of the two of them. But he's him, you know. And he's quite a creepy guy, you know. He's missing one of his ears and missing both his hands. His legs are quite destroyed. But yeah, love these designs and all, because when I saw them on Final Night 3, they were, I think, the first fan game I actually ever saw. Yeah, I think so. First fan game I ever saw. And the first game that I ever watched. When did I get into it actually? It might have been around either Sis Location or FNAF 4. It might have been FNAF 4 when I actually got into FNAF. So yeah. Then we have Reaper Toy Chica, which her designs are very different. I wanted her design to not be too similar to Toy Chica because she is quite different, with the jaw being bigger, the broken holes and everything. And I'd say her design came out well. And the pink on her is actually a different colour to regular Toy Chicas. Yeah, because these Reapers, we got, I think, 3 more. So I think this video is getting quite long, so I might have to fly past these ones. First one is, move that. First one is Reaper Mangle, which actually has a completely different design to the regular Mangle. The body parts are in different places. Like the endo head would usually be here. Now it's the Mangle head would usually be somewhere there, and now it's there. Love this Mangle design though, with the bigger head and all. Like, this is a great Mangle then. That's really good. Still for the original Mangle, obviously. But then we have a Reaper Balloon Boy, which he's just a creepy guy, you know. He's a creepy guy, and he's got the Pinocchio nose and all. But you know, he's a creepy guy, you know, with the big hands and everything. And but yeah, then I was going on to Reaper Spring Bonnie. Now he's a giant compared to Balloon Boy. Balloon Boy's tiny compared to these two. But yeah, Reaper Spring Bonnie, really love this guy. This was the last Reaper I did, and my designs always get better and better. I get greater and greater at making some of these. Which the design I started with is just Nightmare Bonnie and Springtrap, and it worked. The design came out really great. Everything came out great. And I even added those things from Twisted Chica, I think. Oh, Twisted Chica's not over here. Never mind. But I think that was from Twisted Chica or Twisted Foxy, one of the two. But again, the design came out great. And he's here, so. And then we have Music Man. So now we have DJ and regular Music Man. The only one I'd have to add now is Mini Music Man and Ruined Mini Music Man, which is like 10 different versions of him, so that's gonna be fun. But this design's so much better compared to my originals. Also, these legs, they took forever to make each individual one, but it came out great. And he also has hands. Not they're as cool as Endo's hands, wherever he is. Also, I guess you could say Mangle has hands. It's just like blocks then. Same with Balloon Boy too. They're just blocks. But you could say these guys have hands and all. But DJ Music Man also has hands, with his cymbals and all, where he claps them together. So cool. Also, I did notice this bug up here. This will be fixed. And then we have the last one, which this guy, this was the first one I made. I don't know why he wasn't at the top, but here he is. I found this guy from one channel I was watching, which I will be making the other versions to. This creepy Freddy, creepy Bonnie, creepy Chica, creepy Foxy, creepy Vanny, and creepy Golden Freddy, I'm pretty sure. But he came out cool, and he has Bonbon. Been a while since I've done a Bonbon. At least this one you can actually see, unlike that other Starlight Phantom Freddy, which you couldn't see Bonbon. And I don't even think I added a Bonbon on regular Phantom Freddy. Let's have a look. Where's Reglum? That's Reglum. That's Starlight and Tormented. Yeah, I didn't. Bam. I really need to redesign these fun times, man. Look at the difference. I mean, all these. This guy is like terrible compared to them. So, yes, the fun times will be updated, and yes, the FNAF 6. Also, I've been working on other FNAF 6 characters, not just him. Candy Cadet, that's one. Ruined Candy Cadet, that's another. Orville, you know, all the mediocre melodies, because I never even made the mediocre melodies. That's how I was just skipping past them. I only made ones that looked like Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy to begin with. And now I'm just making them all different ones all the time. I love this one. All these. So, yeah, that's everything. Be sure to keep looking at my community, because I'll be letting you know when this actually comes out. And it'll be coming out as soon as this chest is completely full. Well, or close to completely full, because I've got the creepy ones to all do. I have the mediocre melodies, the FNAF 6, which will be in this box of FNAF 6, because I've already done them before. And then the scrap animatronics. Then I'll just try to find other fan games. Be sure to like put some in the comments below what fan games you want me to recreate in the Minecraft. And yeah, hopefully you guys had a great day. It's been your boy, Springforce, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.